What is far deadlier than most people realize? Serious.
Putting feet, legs on dash of car.
Obsessed teeth can kill you.
Eating a slug. Obviously it's nasty, but kids do stupid beep as dares or even in hazing rituals. Slugs contain parasites that will get into your brain and beep kill you slowly.
Insulin. Looking at drops on a table, you can barely tell the difference between the therapeutic dose and a lethal one. Edit. If anyone can find the actual image of 2 doses of insulin on a table, I'd super appreciate it. I was going to post the link for reference, but I couldn't find it.
Fights. People are way too eager to prove who's the bigger badass. Hit someone the wrong way or start something with the wrong person and someone's not going home. Then if the police show up, someone's getting charged. Depending on the severity of the other party's injuries and the word of witnesses, you could be going away for a very long time. Not to mention the civil suites that may bury you in debt.
Garage door springs. They will kill you.
Cars. Very interesting how much society has normalized the dangers of the road. We often say things like, you're more likely to die in a car accident than blank, which is intended to make blank seem safe, but it really tells us how many people are dying in car accidents all the time.
Real black licorice root extract contains the natural sweetener glycyrrhizin, which is over 50 times sweeter than sucrose. This ingredient has various pharmaceutical properties. It acts as an expectorant, facilitating removal of mucus from the lungs by coughing, and it increases blood pressure. The latter effect can become significant with a daily consumption of 50 grams or more of licorice candy for as little as 2 weeks. Glycyrrhizin can cause potassium levels in the body to fall, triggering abnormal heart rhythms, as well as high blood pressure, edema, swelling, lethargy, and congestive heart failure in some people.
Tylenol. It's actually a lot easier to overdose on than most people realize. And it slowly destroys your liver over a period of days. Not a fun way to die, to put it lightly.
Infections can still beep you up easily if you don't seek medication attention in time.
Engulfment and confined spaces. With confined spaces, people usually don't realize that O2 runs out rather quickly. Engulfment because people probably don't think about essentially drowning in non-liquids.
Horses. They weigh 1,200 pounds, they're extremely jittery, and they can crush you or kick you to death on accident. And that's just horses in general. Stallions will try to hurt you just to assert dominance. And these are animals that have been known to bite each other's throats out when they fight. Don't mess with horses unless you know what you're doing. Always be careful, even if you do.
Falling down. A single mild fall can easily kill you if you happen to land just right. Usually on the back of your head.
I'm still amazed whenever I go to a cleaning products section and see bleach and ammonia just chilling together. Like, that's a World War I chemical weapon waiting to happen. Edit. U/unkind potato left a comment. You should check that uses all the science. It's chloramine, not chlorine gas, and there's even a possibility of deadly hydrazine if there's enough ammonia. Science is fun.
Posted safety precautions. When there are signs saying something, lots ignore thinking they know better. I used to work IT for a place that makes big tractors. Different stations are restricted from using certain PPE. One day this lady was wearing the wrong gloves. Her station is only supposed to use latex. She didn't take that seriously, nor thicker reinforced gloves. She was using the lug nut machine that tightens 12 giant lugs at once. Her glove got caught, and instead of ripping the fingertip off of her latex glove, it ripped her thumb right the beep off her hand. I witnessed it, and her mistake haunts me to this day. They had to restrain her while 2 men held her hand up in the air away from her. Her wails and screams were terrifying. All because she ignored a well-placed warning.
Quitting antidepressants cold turkey after regular use. P.S. Did cold turkey Prozac, olanzapine. Right now tapering Lexapro, escitalopram from 20 mg to 2.5 mg now. And worst evil cold turkey of all time awards goes to benzodiazepines and pregabalin, Lyrica. Took clonazepam always. Quitting these medicines cold turkey 99% of the time gives you a seizure. I had 2. But guess what, I'm already epileptic. So more seizures, yai. Thank you for awards and upvotes. Peas. People saying taking antidepressants at first place is bad for you. No, it's not. It saved my life. I didn't know I had depression, but I stopped eating, had extreme stomach issues, gas, acid reflux, etc. Lost 15 kilograms weight in 30 days, stopped eating at all. I have seen 5 gastroenterologists, so many tests like endoscopy, colonoscopy, liver function, blood, stools, etc. Everything was normal. Suffered whole year, I was close to death. Then I was recommended a psychiatrist, she told I have somatization. Meds started working from day first. I felt happy and started to eat. Gained all that weight back in again 1 month. That weight losing and gaining thing was like some Christian Bale thing. Haha.
Standing under waterfalls. Edit to elaborate. Loose rocks or debris from the river or stream above could fall and crush you.
Just want to throw a story out here. I am a dentist. I have a colleague who had a patient that needed a root canal. The patient put it off. He had a vacation coming up. He was going to Alaska in bush country to go hunting. By himself. Now Alaska bush country means you are alone. He was dropped off and his ride wasn't going to come back to pick him up for a week or 2. Well, after his ride left the tooth, he needed to get his root canal on. Blew up. Had severe pain and was all alone, no one to help him in the middle of nowhere. This was mid to late 90s, so no cell phone either. Well, his ride came back to pick him up. Finds a dead body. The guy killed himself. He couldn't take the pain anymore. Pain was so bad he couldn't wait the 1 or 2 weeks for his ride to come back. Shot himself. Left a suicide note telling his story. Moral of the story: don't put this beep off. There is no pain like tooth pain.
Machines. If you get casual around them, they will eat you.
Holding your breath while scuba diving. To most people who don't scuba dive, it may sound harmless, but if you hold your breath and ascend even a little over a meter, you can suffer major lung damage as a result of the gas in your lungs expanding from the lessening pressure.
Table corners, particularly low tables, you fall farther before striking the table, giving a greater impact force. For similar reasons, hard surface floors that are prone to be damp, for example tiled floor in a shower. This applies especially if the shower has a nice little built-up threshold between it and the rest of the bathroom. Experience this one firsthand stepping into a shower in a hotel room. Update: wow, this has blown up. Please, stay safe, friends.
Doing cocaine on birth control pills. Seen 20-somethings wind up with strokes and DVTs.
Windows. It's easy to think they're more secure than they actually are, which is especially dangerous in taller buildings. Falling through a broken window has a very high risk of a major laceration. Broken glass on the floor can again mess your body up spectacularly, and on certain surfaces it's really hard to spot even moderately sized razor-sharp pieces. Edit: LPT for those living in areas that are earthquake prone, keep a pair of slippers or sandals by your bedside. If there is an earthquake during the night, the chances are you will have picture frames that fell and shattered around your home, and you should have something hard-soled to walk on in that situation. Edit 2, be a thoughtful human. If you break something made from glass, don't just toss the broken glass. Put it into a cardboard box, tape it so it's sealed, and write broken glass on the box. My parents use layers of newspaper and tape it up. You have no idea who might handle the bag with your rubbish in.
Alcoholism. It's all, teehee, mommy needs her wine. And, look at this sunscreen bottle that doubles as a secret flask. Until your liver gives out in your mid-40s. It's sad that our culture has made alcoholism into some type of cute joke instead of recognizing how much it can destroy your body and life, and the lives of those around you.
Get that UTI handled or get a nasty kidney infection.
Grapefruit juice interacts with a lot of medications and could be very harmful to you depending on the medications you take.
Hippos. They kill more people in Africa than lions do.
Touching beep inside a guitar amp can beep you up really bad. It holds a charge. And it all comes out at once if you touch the wrong spot.
Liquid oxygen. It allows fire to reach such insane heat that it will burn through steel. Not melt. Burn.
Shift work. The disturbance in your circadian rhythm takes years off your life.
Eating disorders. They are the second deadliest mental illness next to opioid addiction. Edit: some sources. One citation of this is some users have pointed out it gets kind of complicated when you factor in suicide, co-occurring mental disorders, etc. But regardless of the exact percentage, a significant number of people with eating disorders do end up dying as a result of their mental illness. Yes, Opioid addiction is a mental illness. According to the being dependent on opioids does not mean you have a mental illness, but having a compulsive pattern of substance abuse is considered by the American Psychiatric Association and many other international health organizations to be a mental illness.
Visine. People seem to have this idea that a few drops of Visine in someone's drink will give them diarrhea, and do it to prank each other, or get some sort of satisfaction with petty revenge. People are sitting in prison for murder for doing this. The main active ingredient is called tetrahydrozoline. Once it enters your gastrointestinal tract, it can be absorbed by your intestines and end up in your blood, causing your blood pressure and heart rate to drop to potentially life-threatening levels. It really makes me wonder how many people have died due to people copycatting that scene in Wedding Crashers.
Birthdays. You are 8% more likely to die on your birthday than on any other day of the year.
Medication. Those dosages on the labels are not just suggestions, y'all.
Bleach. I knew a boy in the Scouts who decided he wanted a change from his natural brown hair, so he tried to bleach it blonde. Using Domestos. Neat. His younger sister, who was also in the troop, turned up at the district sports day saying he couldn't come because he'd tried to bleach his hair the previous day, and was now in hospital with second-degree chemical burns over his entire scalp. Took 6 months for his hair to grow back. Fortunately, he suffered no scarring as a result.
Leaving potatoes for too long produces solanine gas that can kill.
Acetaminophen. It's rough on your liver in large doses. I know a lot of people who ignore the recommended dose and pop them like they are Skittles for pain. This is incredibly dangerous.
Toxic relationships. Far too many suicides happen because of bad relationships and no other way out.
Choking during sex. There are right and wrong way to do it, and people definitely don't realize they're doing it the wrong way.
Smoke. It's not only the fire that can kill you, and there is a very good reason you're taught to stay low escaping a fire. The smoke is a hot gas layer that can melt your face off.
In a single year, there are 25 more deaths caused by pens than deaths caused by sharks. Everyone has at least one pen in his pencil case. But nobody has a shark in his pencil case.
Trucker here. I've had 2 blood clots in my legs from driving long distances and having my leg pressed against the corner of the seat for hours on end. One almost killed me. Apparently it's very common with truckers. You're supposed to stop and walk around every hour and a half to keep things circulating, which almost nobody does due to time constraints. The same thing happens in gaming chairs apparently. People forget to move their legs because they're so focused on the game. You don't need to worry so much if you're younger, but if you're a gamer who's a little older, please be aware.
Sitting for long lengths of time. Edit, this got a bit more popular than expected. To elaborate, recent studies have shown that prolonged sitting can be linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, depression and some cancers. Generally getting up and walking around every 1 to 2 hours is a good thing. This is the Australian governmental advice page. And here's the British NHS advice.
Mental abuse at any age. It doesn't matter if you think it's a joke or if others are doing it too. You have no idea what people are going through, and that one comment could be what pushes them over the edge. Even more so if it's a comment on something they are insecure about, or if you're not the only one saying it, or if it's repetitive.
Essential oils. Do not put them in your food, they are not made to be food safe.
Constipation. As an RN, I've seen too many people almost die from bowel obstructions. If you haven't pooped in a week, I'd be very concerned if I were you. Edit. How not to die from your own beep water plus fiber. Too little water, you die. Too little fiber, you die. Balance is key. Exercise. Stella got her groove back, but you can't get your intestines back when they're necrotic. Edit. And of course, in true Reddit fashion, my highest upvoted comment is about literally dying from beep. You little beep, thank you for the awards. I love you.
Touchscreen consoles in cars. Mazda now disables touch functionality in their vehicles because they found that when drivers interact with the touchscreen they drift the vehicle to the right. Taking your eyes off the road to press 3 buttons in 3 different positions on the touchscreen, with a latency each time you press a button, because your seat heaters are literally burning your ass, while trying to maintain control of the vehicle during freeway traffic is goddamn dangerous.
Cows kills around 20 people a year in the US. You're more likely to be killed by a dog or cow in the US than a shark or crocodile. Here's where the 11 deadliest animals live. And IR equals T.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more quality content every day.